Let's start with our top story, and it's such tragic news. This Monday, broadcasting veteran Bob Mabena has died. He was 51 years old. The legendary broadcaster started his career in 1989 at Radio Bop. I'm joined now by family spokesperson Winston Maimane. Good evening, Winston, and I just want to say thank you so much to you and to the family being prepared to talk to us at such a very tragic time. Could you tell us first how the family is coping? We understand he died earlier this afternoon. How's everyone doing?
Well, I guess the best way to describe is that everybody's still processing. It's not long since we've come back from the hospital, so the kids are still gathering around, and family members and a few friends. So I guess the mood is what it is expected to be.
Now, we understand that he had a lung infection and that he was going back to hospital. Could you share with us what happened around the time of his death and what caused his death?
Yeah, I can only share from the context of what I had discussed with him and subsequently with his wife on Saturday. In terms of the medical details, please don't hold me to anything. Of course. The long and short of it is, I had a chat with him on Friday, and he complained about just not feeling well. And we basically had decided that he'll rest it off throughout the weekend. Saturday, then he ended up in hospital, and then spoke to him again last night, and the verdict was he would be discharged this morning, which did happen. So I then got a call from Eucharist, his wife, around about maybe 10:30 this morning, to say that Bob was struggling to breathe while in the car. So they then had to make a U-turn back to the hospital. Got there pretty shortly, and then 2 hours later, after they tried to resuscitate him, he didn't make it.
Oh. I'm so terribly sorry, and it's just such a shocking, sudden death. 51 years old is so very, very young. In these awful times, of course, the question on everyone's lips is, did he have COVID-19? Could that have contributed to his death?
Pardon, sorry, I missed that.
I'm just saying, in these awful times, of course, when someone dies, we automatically wonder if he had COVID-19. Are you able to confirm whether he was COVID-19 positive?
No, we did. Yeah, we spoke about that. He got his COVID-19 results on Saturday, yesterday, sorry. And they came back confirming that he was definitely negative for COVID-19, because one would obviously start there, I guess, with what's happening right now. So he was definitely cleared of that.
All right, so he definitely didn't have COVID-19. Did he have a history of lung problems or heart problems? Was he an unwell man?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, so this is a history of a man who battled with his health.
Not to a point that would at least on the surface be worrisome, but I would guess maybe once a year he does deal with his migraine issues, because he had that problem, which he had a doctor who was keeping an eye on it at all times. The chest problems, yeah, he did have. I remember there's a trip he took to France when he was still at Kaya FM, and he ended up not flying back with everybody else because of the altitude or whatever it is, and his lungs had been affected at the time. So it's not a new thing. Nobody actually, including himself, never thought that it will get to where it got to today.
So he did not die of COVID-19, but there were lung issues. Was it a cardiac arrest that eventually took his life?
I stand to be corrected, but that's about the best way to describe it at this moment.
All right. And you've been a friend of his for many, many years. Just share with us what made him a good friend. We know the big personality, broadcasting legend. I mean, I think any one of us in broadcasting has a memory of Bob Mabena. I met him many, many years ago when he was at SABC, I think with Metro FM. And I'm just wondering, you would have known the man, the friend, and just share the most powerful memory you have of him in that context, if you would?
It might be a bit difficult to believe for those who know him from the work that he did. But he was the most laid back, one big introvert. And I know it might be difficult to believe, but he was a massive, massive introvert. I don't know. I don't want to sound biased or anything, but it's he was just an awesome human being. That's how I know him, and everybody's gathered here right now. I'm sure that's all they know about him, because for some of us, we did not necessarily see him as a personality. He was just a brother and a friend and an uncle to our kids and all that kind of stuff. So he was just an awesome human being.
Well, that is the most beautiful tribute you can pay to anyone. When you strip away the fame, the personality, everything, it's about being a wonderful friend, an awesome human being. Now, we know Bob is from Pretoria, so I would imagine that the family is going to focus, in that area at the moment. I would imagine it's far too early to think of any sorts of tributes for him at this stage, but will you be managing that process?
Well, not just me. I'm not alone here. Some of his friends are also here. We're just currently waiting for the remaining kids to arrive, and then we're just going to have a meeting. We already know what needs to happen at least for today and tomorrow. But in terms of the actual arrangements, nobody has actually, funeral arrangements, nobody has touched on that topic yet.
All right. Well, Winston, I just want to say on behalf of ENCA and all of my colleagues in broadcasting, we send our heartfelt condolences to you and to his wife, Eucharist, and to his 6 children. He was an extraordinary man, and we will remember him always. And thank you very much for speaking to us at this very difficult time. Our thoughts and our prayers are with you. Thank you so much for your time this evening.